In the land of Egypt, during a time of widespread slavery, a remarkable story unfolds in the Hebrew scriptures known as the story of Moses. Moses was born at a time when the Pharaoh of Egypt had decreed that all Hebrew male infants must be killed to curb their growing numbers. In a desperate attempt to save her son, Moses' mother placed him in a small basket and set him adrift on the river Nile. The basket found its way to the Pharaoh's daughter, who, moved by the child's cries, decided to adopt him and raise Moses as her own within the Egyptian royal palace. Moses grew up aware of his Hebrew roots, and as a young man, he witnessed an Egyptian beating a Hebrew slave. Overcome with anger, Moses killed the Egyptian, becoming a fugitive from the law. He fled to the land of Midian, where he started a new life as a shepherd and married Zipporah. One day, while tending to his flock near Mount Horeb, Moses noticed an extraordinary sight, a bush engulfed in flames that was not consumed by the fire. Approaching the phenomenon, Moses heard the voice of God, calling him to return to Egypt and lead the Israelites out of slavery. God revealed himself as I am who I am, and promised to be with Moses in this monumental task. Moses returned to Egypt with his brother Aaron by his side as a spokesman. They approached Pharaoh, demanding freedom for the Israelites. Pharaoh was stubborn, refusing to release them, which led God to inflict a series of 10 plagues upon Egypt. Each plague, more severe than the last, showcased God's power and put pressure on Pharaoh. From the waters of the Nile, turning to blood, to the devastating death of the firstborn sons of Egypt. Finally, after the 10th plague, Pharaoh relented, allowing the Israelites to leave. As the Israelites journeyed toward the Promised Land, Pharaoh had a change of heart and pursued them with his army. Trapped between Pharaoh's forces and the Red Sea, Moses stretched out his hand over the sea, and God parted the waters, creating a path for the Israelites. The Egyptian army pursued them, but as Moses commanded the sea to return, the waters engulfed Pharaoh's forces, sparing the Israelites. The Israelites journeyed through the wilderness, guided by divine signs, a pillar of cloud by day and a pillar of fire by night. They faced numerous trials, including hunger and thirst, but at every obstacle, God provided, sending manna from heaven and water from a rock to sustain them. At Mount Sinai, Moses received the 10 Commandments, God's laws for the people, written on stone tablets. These laws were intended to guide the Israelites in their covenant relationship with God. Moses spent 40 days on the mountain, during which the Israelites grew impatient and created a golden calf, leading to a moment of crisis. Moses pleaded with God, interceding for his people and advocating for their forgiveness. After years of wandering and learning, the Israelites finally reached the border of the Promised Land. Yet, Moses would not enter. Instead, he viewed it from Mount Nebo, then entrusted the leadership to Joshua. The story of Moses is one of liberation, faith, and obedience. It emphasizes the themes of divine deliverance, the role of leadership, and the transformative power of trust in God. Moses is remembered as a prophet, lawgiver, and leader whose legacy continues to inspire countless generations.